Hey guys, and welcome to Simply Hike. Today we're going to be talking about the Vango Alpha 400. Right, so firstly let's talk about pack size. It has a pack size of 55 centimeters by 19 centimeters by 19 centimeters. The dimensions are 285 centimeters by 190 centimeters with a max head height of 130 centimeters, and it only weighs 5.1 kilograms. Right, let's take a closer look now, shall we? Let me just pull these away. Put those there for now. Right, so the tent itself has a hydrostatic head of 3000, so as long as you keep it nice and taut, you shouldn't have any problems with the waterproofing whatsoever, no matter what sort of conditions that they have, or that you go into and that you pitch up in. The actual shape itself is domed, which does mean it is also, should we say, almost semi-self-standing, because you've got 4 points of contact. So if it's a nice steady day, like it is today, you won't actually need to do the guide ropes around the main living room of the main area of the tent. You have to obviously use the guide ropes for the front part just to keep it nice and taut. And that does mean saves a bit of time, especially is good for quick pitching as well. So, as you can see, all the guide ropes themselves are nicely brightly coloured. So, if you are going out and you want to, go out to the toilet, but you want to see where the guide ropes are in the dark, they're pretty easy to see. What you will notice on the front, obviously got nice two generous windows on the front. They're nice and spacious. That's going to let a lot of natural light in, but you do have a nice Gothic arch on the front as well. Basically what that means it kind of raises the entry point of the actual tent itself. So it's going to be a lot easier and a lot quicker to get in and out. Let's take a closer look at the inside. So, as you can see, this is a 4-man tent, so it's nice and spacious on the inside. I'm around about 5'7", 5'8", so the actual tent, you could probably easily fit 4 of me on there and still have a nice little bit of space. Because it's a domed tent, you've got the highest point is obviously in the central part of the tent as well. And what they've done is they've added the ventilation vent on the top panel as well, and that's going to enable cool air to obviously go through the tent during the day and during the night. And also that's going to really help, especially if there are 4 of you in here, just to reduce the condensation inside the tent. Other than that, the only storage you've really got in the tent are these side pockets here. You've got one here, and then you've got one on the other side here. That's purely big enough for your mobile phones, your wallets, keys, stuff that you don't want to obviously roll onto during the night. Now, the only other feature that there really is kind of this porch space now. So if the cameraman pulls out, awesome. So it's nice and spacious in here. So if there's actually 4 of you in here, and so say you're doing a bit of a weekend hike or whatever, you could probably get all of your gear, or at least the majority of it, actually in the living space itself. And then that frees up the sleeping area for you guys to sleep in. And as I say, the fact that you've got the Gothic arch just gives it a nice high volume in the actual porch space itself. Also, what I like to show you is the fact that the ground sheet itself is linked in. So if I just unhook these bits here. Now, 2 reasons. That's going to give you great ventilation in the porch area itself, so that's going to enable the cool air to kind of go through the tent itself, and then also works really well with the vent system on the top part there. But then also as well, if you don't want to use the ground sheet, you can just roll it up, or just for storage purposes as well, and for breathability. It's just a nice feature to have a linked in ground sheet. It's just a nice little touch that Vango have added to the Alpha range. Let me just pop that back in, and as I say, it's just as easy as that. And what you'll notice as well, there are separate sections as well, so it's not fully to the side, so it actually keeps it safe and secure. So it's almost as one anyway, but as I say, it just enables a nice little bit of ventilation in the tent itself. Anyway, if you have any more information on this tent, please visit our website, simplyhike.co.uk.